Jessii, and in today's video I'm going to be talking all about the My Buddy dolls. These are real dolls that came out in the 80s, and the story behind them is absolutely terrifying, so we're gonna get into that in just a moment. But as you could probably tell, I have a brand new background behind me. Now it's kind of an eerie background. It's supposed to be like an enchanted forest, so we have this really creepy tree that has lanterns hanging from it. I wish you guys could see more of the background because there's more lanterns at the top. It's really cool. But I didn't realize until this arrived that it's actually really murky and almost scary, but I love it. I feel like at least twice a year I have to have an enchanted forest background. So because I have a new backdrop, that means I'll be announcing the winner of last month's backdrop. That was the planets over the water. The contest was on Instagram and the winner is Ari_Navit84. So I have messaged you, congratulations, and thank you to everyone else who entered. So to win this new creepy enchanted forest backdrop, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, so my Jessii Vee channel, turn on your notification bell, and then once again head over to my Instagram. It is Jessii Vee, give it a follow, and send me a DM telling me what you would name your enchanted forest if you had one. And just to give you some inspiration, here are some fictional names for forests that you might know. First we have the one from Harry Potter, it's called the Forbidden Forest. Then we have the 100-Acre Wood. We also have Terabithia. We have Mirkwood from Lord of the Rings. So be creative. If you had an enchanted forest, what would you name it? Send me that DM and I'll be announcing the winner in a few weeks. One more thing before we jump right into today's video, I just want to mention the Yana School of the Year. This is a school that I've noticed doing so much over the past year, really expanding their Yana group, spreading so much kindness around their school, constantly giving me updates and pictures and videos about things that they're doing. So the school of the year is Betts Elementary. Now this school has been the top school for so long because they're constantly doing new amazing things to spread kindness, to stop bullying, to include people in their school that are feeling isolated. So I did a Zoom call with this school and I met all of the kids in the group. I met the amazing teacher, Mrs. Nofuente. She is so supportive and great with this group, and I had to give them a shout out on this channel to encourage them to keep doing what they're doing and to hopefully encourage you guys to start a Yana group at your school this coming school year. Alright guys, so let's get into this video talking about the My Buddy dolls. The My Buddy doll line was a toy brand made by Hasbro in 1985 with the intention of making a doll to appeal to little boys and teach them about caring for their friends. Now this idea was both innovative and controversial at the time because back then toy dolls were associated with girls, which looking back that's ridiculous. It's just a toy. Anybody could like it no matter what gender they are. But back then this new like toy for boys was such a huge thing. It's crazy. And you're probably like, Jessii, why is this doll so creepy? There was a rumor saying that the My Buddy doll was the inspiration for Chucky. It was obviously that evil doll from Child's Play. But we'll get into that in just a second because that's a whole other can of worms. You guys aren't ready. So I'm first gonna let you know the official My Buddy song. They actually had a song for this doll, and here are the lyrics. My buddy, wherever I go, he goes. My buddy, I'll teach him everything that I know. My buddy and me like to climb up a tree. My buddy and me were the best friends that could be. My buddy and me. And everyone knew that song, everyone sang that song. It was just the song that went with this doll. Now around the time that this doll came out for boys, they also came out with a toy named My Pet Monster. The original intent behind My Pet Monster was to capitalize on the young male demographic by offering a plush toy that hopefully boys would want to play with. He had blue fur, horns, a fanged smile, and orange plastic handcuffs. Now the handcuffs were the weirdest thing about this toy that people often talked about because the whole intent was so the boy could handcuff himself to his toy and they would be like stuck together wherever they went. Super weird concept. Anyways, the My Buddy doll and the My Pet Monster thing were the two popular toys for boys at the time. Anyway, the My Buddy doll was 21 inches tall and it had the look of being around the age of a toddler. It had a red hat, brown hair, he was dressed in a long sleeve shirt that had multicolored stripes of red, yellow, blue, and white. He also had his trademark overalls that had My Buddy on it. The logo was right on the front and the whole doll was stuffed with fabric, and the people who made it says that that was so the toy could be played with roughly, it could be taken up trees, it could be dragged through the mud. It was not meant to sit on a shelf, it was meant to be played with every single day. Now let's talk about how this doll became associated with Chucky. The first Child's Play movie came out in 1988 and was written and directed by Tom Holland. The movie is quite simply the story of a mother who gives her son a doll that ends up being possessed by the soul of a serial killer. Now, the movie was a pretty big hit, opening at #1 and would end up grossing more than 44 million. Child's Play was so popular that it ended up spawning a bunch of sequels. And then they also came out with that new movie in 2019. Now, the creepiest thing about all of this is that the Chucky doll was designed to look oddly similar to the My Buddy doll. This was freaking out a lot of kids because a few years earlier, the My Buddy was like the best-selling doll for boys, so many people had them lying around their house. I mean, kids were getting this for Christmas gifts, for birthday gifts. They were just generally going to the store begging their parents to buy it for them. So by the time the Chucky movie came out, millions of people and kids around the world had this doll just lying in their house. Now, at first, the writer for Chucky said that their only main inspiration for Chucky was the Cabbage Patch Kids dolls. But then a few years later, Tom Holland would later affirm that My Buddy served as an inspiration for Chucky. So at first, the writers and the producers and directors were saying, no, we did not use My Buddy as inspiration. I don't know if they were trying to just avoid it by lying, but then a few years later, they did admit to it. Now, this caused a lot of angry parents because their kids were terrified of their My Buddy dolls. They thought that they were just gonna come alive at any moment and attack their whole entire family. Kids were throwing out these dolls left, right, and center. They were selling them. These dolls were all over like garage sales. And I kind of feel bad because the makers of Chucky really took advantage of the fact that these dolls were really popular at the time. But I mean, if you really think about it, it's kind of genius. They made a killer doll to look like a doll that was the most popular like in the world at the time for boys. And it just made the Chucky movie too realistic for people. Anyways, after I did research for this video, I really wanted to buy a My Buddy doll and buy a Chucky doll and actually look at like the similarities. But yeah, if you want me to do like a comparison and buy them both for a vlog, I can definitely do so. That would be over on my vlog channel called Vee Vlogs. But also comment down below if you ever owned a My Buddy doll and if the Chucky movie ended up influencing that. Anyway, so guys, that is the end of today's video. If you want me to continue this series of talking about the real dolls behind scary horror movie dolls, there are so many I could do, so give this video a thumbs up if you want me to do that. And don't forget, if you would like to win this new creepy enchanted forest backdrop behind me, be subscribed to this channel and head over to my Instagram and DM me the name of your enchanted forest. But yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day and I will see you in my next video. Bye!